Let's see who we're jumping in with. Oh, these guys, you know exactly who we're looking at here. We're looking at E11 STOMPY.
Guys, just look in that bottom center of your screen. Look at the elimination counter already. 17 elims on STOMPY and 5 on Shinken. What a start to this game. This is only that 5th circle, that half in, half out, and they're already racking up the eliminations.
That is unfair. How do we jump into a game with 17 eliminations and not know the story? to see STOMPY up here with 15 and it's still going. That's a knock right there.
Yeah. And look at this.
That's the 18 duo.
When you have 18 eliminations, you know the loadout is going to be stacked. He's got the legendary assault rifle, the legendary heavy sniper, and the combat shotgun as well. Plus, probably all the heals that he wants.
I mean, and look at Tachinkin, right? He also has 5 elims, so as a duo pair right now, over 20 eliminations. That's actually nasty. And look at that. Just go ahead, take the wall, make the quick edit. No hesitation there. That's another one for him.
Oh my goodness. And this is a duo that we've seen week after week just destroy everything. He's going to get... Oh, that was his trap. So it didn't even damage him. So he's just making a fool of a lot of players right now. 20 eliminations and still 25 up. So making the way towards those placement points. But I mean, for them, I guess it doesn't really matter what they're just going for eliminations.
I mean, with that many points, quite clearly they're going to have a good weekend. And that's another wall take right there. And you know what's crazy? This is like a different kind of loadout. Last week we saw a whole lot of tactical shotgun. Now the resurgence of the combat kind of being on the scene here. I wonder if this is going to be the trend of the day here as STOMPY's just putting pressure down, showcasing why the heavy sniper has just been the favorite for so long.
And there's no escaping this. Shinken and STOMPY coming from both sides on this duo. There's nowhere they can go, and they're getting both shots on both the players at the same time. Really good play there. Really good positioning from STOMPY and Shinken so far in this one.
You cannot hide from these boys right here. So with 13 duos remaining in the lobby, about 20 players, plus there goes a nice little rift to go. Up for the high ground they go. It looks like they want to alpha up for this positioning right here, landing on some enemy builds. Now looking to catch at this next elimination. Look, he is on the hunt. He doesn't even wait for his teammate.
What are you guys doing? Your sides are not blocked. STOMPY's going to take advantage of that and take out D2R, but look how split they are, Monster. All the way. Shinken, he's so far away, and they're getting all the eliminations because of it. They have so many opportunities.
That's right. Sweat just got taken right out the lobby there. There goes D2R, who he saw there, got caught off guard, took a 100 to the face, and STOMPY, dude, this is pure confidence here, as he is not even near his teammate. He doesn't even care, because he knows he's making it to New York. He's probably going to re-qualify again here, as he is just dominating at this point. That's fearlessness. You think that him being already qualified for finals plays a big factor in how they play at this point? No, they're just out here just stomping, literally.
Absolutely it does. Hey, no, what's on the line for them right now, especially in semis? They're just getting good practice, like we talked about before we got in the game. Testing their strategies, testing what is going to work. And of course, putting on a show for us too, because it's not stopping. Another one goes down, and another one probably here. And they're so split, Monster. Again, they just continuously are not even next to each other, but they're still playing together, even with the distance.
Yeah, and I know we were highlighting a lot of STOMPY, but look, Tachinkin's now in double-digit range as well, because he just pelted that player out the sky as well, which has probably put him up to 10 elims. Oh, STOMPY has 27. He just went down, though. Is Tachinkin going to go ahead and clutch up? That's a nice little combat shot. He does have high ground. There's 3 players remaining here, Balla.
Yeah, and now Shinken on high ground. He's by himself, but he needs to find both of these players down below. If he does, that'll be an insane game. I mean, it's already ridiculous, but with the victory royale on top of it, here we go. Now boxing these players up. It looks like it's a duo against Shinken. Can he clutch up? That's the question. Yes, maybe. Just keeping them down below. They're staying so close together, not getting any opportunities. And he does pick one up, so it's now a 1v1. The Storm's going to take him out. And he edits right in front of him. Shinken now. All he has to do is go up on the high ground. He wins the game, but you know he wants this elimination too, starting to block him out a little bit, going up on the high ground. Is he going to be able to find it?
And he's just keeping it absolutely textbook, right? Just not even panicking, goes for that positioning, and there it is, takes out Finn. It's not every day you see a solo at the end clutch up against competitive players in a duo setting.
You know what? But they instilled fear in that lobby. There was 25 players left when we checked in with them, and it just finished in right before the last zone, 8th zone, the beginning of it. So everybody knew STOMPY and Shinken, they're tearing this lobby up. They could see them in the action feed, and so that last duo, they knew what was coming from Shinken.
I just want you guys to know that that was 38 eliminations by the monstrous duo right there. That power combo. You can take a look here over on the left-hand.
One thing I want to take a look at is how you end up getting here. So we're going to look at Stompy and Tashinkin. These is definitively the top duo coming out of Europe. And don't forget, every single week so far in the semifinals, last week it took 61 points in 2 victory royales to push yourselves through. So if you're in that top 300 and getting into the Champion League, watch these guys. That's how you make it to the next level. You do things like this. You work together with your partner. You're making sure you cover every single angle. You can see here, while Tashinkin is covering the high side, Stompy is covering the other side, and this gives them 2 different firing ranges down, and this is what enables them to put up those ridiculous elimination numbers. You see them already sitting on 30 eliminations with still 12 more players in the lobby. And most importantly, when you work from the high ground, you're able to then work top down. And that means you choose when engagement happens, and players who are forced to work up to you are then put in a vulnerable position. Unfortunately, Stompy gets a little overeager, gets caught doubling down, but then Tashinkin clutches it out. So now it's a 1v2 situation. He gets the first down onto Teach and then maintains his high ground. Only has the 22 builds, chips out the other player, and then recognizes it while he's continuing to cover himself. Keep track of that build counter. 6 left, 4, 3, 2. That was his very last build to get himself over the edge, and then turns back, recognize the other player isn't there.
Wow.
Picks up the elim onto Finn and just brilliantly executed coming out of the E11 duo. I mean, this is the pair. These are the players you need to be watching if you want to advance going through.
Yeah, that is some impressive stuff there from the E11 crew. Way to go. But now as we are at the, I would say, around mid-ish point, it kind of, sort of, in the EU side. So here you are. No surprise, Tashinkin and Stompy up at the top. Mongrel and Mitra, another dominant duo. They're going to be sitting at second place there as well. And then, of course, more faces that we'd recognize here, such as Osmo and Milan, Frexy, Letwick, great players across the board here. No shocker, but 101 points. And Tashinkin and Stompy have 4 games remaining. That is absurd, man. That is crazy.
Just a monstrous lead indeed coming out of there. And 3 of the top 4 already qualified. Again, it is just Saturday, so the top 3,000 will advance. But the fact that we see such repeated consistency in a game that inherently is RNG based. There is luck. You're going to get different loadouts. There's going to be different rotations. There's going to be different storm zones. The fact that these guys are able to consistently mitigate that in order to show off their individual skill is just so beyond impressive. And I wouldn't be surprised to see any of the names that are up here again tomorrow.
You're really starting to see, man, that like the consistent players across all the regions continue to show up and perform incredibly well. It has been a joy to see, and I have to say, man, hats off to you guys for doing it in a game like Fortnite and the way that
He's solo in this game all the way from the beginning when we hopped in, but they're already at 12 eliminations, even still. So big game from them regardless.
Huge game for these guys as he does get rifted up into the sky. So now he's getting pelted down, 42 HP left, lands right above an enemy. He does have a rocket launcher and he sends it straight to the high ground.
But we know they have glider redeployed for sure, because we did see Scully use it earlier. Maybe Item and Debrox didn't. Oh, Kinzo actually did go down to fall. I'm not sure, it definitely wasn't against Shinkin's rocket there. So Vilex left alone now.
Look at the same loadout, combat, tactical AR with RPG. It's so versatile. You can use it as a long range and close range weapon, allowing you to kind of, be comfortable and run things like rocket with double heals or heal and utility.
Looking for the opportunities with that rocket, just like you talked about. 10 players remaining, 8 duos total. I was saying, a lot of players now making it solos. There's only 1 duo remaining total. Tashinkin right on the edge of zone does find Scully.
That's the only duo. That's it. Now it's a solo game as Tashinkin takes out the 1 remaining duo player. That makes this practically a solo game. There goes OSM. Goes down to the combat. Combat range is perfect at that medium range too. Tashinkin's back in the game with all his health like he never left. Big connection down at the bottom. Talking about how the tactical AR is great for follow-up ball.
No, Tashinkin almost makes it there, but Item is going to come in at the perfect moment there. Without his teammate, he's going to say, hey, you guys just finished your fight. I'm going to hop down and take the L.
And it actually was way closer than it seemed right there, because with only 79 health, that means he was actually at 29 HP.
Yep.
So just a little more damage on that combat, because he did connect with the shotgun when he fell down. So that was almost
We've seen it from Shinken and Stompy. They qualified in the first duo this week, in week 2. In week 4, they ran through everyone, both on Saturday and on Sunday. I mean, they've been putting on a clinic.
I mean, it's a good thing this whole Fortnite thing is working out, but if it didn't, they could have a career as some magicians. Well, let's see here. So everyone's been reacting on social media about what we just saw. People going nuts over that 38 elimination game. It was ridiculous, man. Huge moments there, Sundown.
Yeah, I mean, Stompy sitting on 27 by himself. I mean, you can see some of the people here. Stompy is a GOAT. I mean, definitely one of the greatest of all time. So far, we've seen, like, he's just been running through people. I mean, 38 elims up there. Who's better, Mongo, Mitra, or Savage and Benji? I mean, right now, it's a Stompy and Sinkin show, and everyone else is playing for second.
It really is. It really is. Incredible stuff. Across the board. All right, well, now let's look at this here. No more games remaining, though. To Chinkin and Stompy, they're at 107 points. They have 1 victory royale. Got a few more games left for the European side. I would imagine that Mongrel and Mitro will be able to overtake maybe even Osmo and Milan, who have also climbed up a few spots as well. There's a possibility with 3 games left, 2 games left, that they could overtake. But as of right now, they're looking pretty darn good thus far.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good. Like you said, have finished their 10 matches. It's 3 hours or the 10 matches. Don't forget, again, this is the Saturday, so top 3,000 will advance. Let's take a look at Shinken and Stompy's match history to see what the best of the best really looks like. So obviously, the one that stands out right away, 38 elims.
That's game 1.
Right here. That's game 1 right away. This is 48 points, so pretty hefty right away. But don't forget here, it's not like they slow down either. 15, third, 15, second. Those are some huge matches. This is 22 points. This is 22 points. So while they had some kind of thinner performances here, we're not used to seeing 35th with 0, 21st with 6. Like, all of these are outside of placement. But again, to be able to have the amount of cushion they built up by themselves there, to have, I don't want to say just to have like throwaway games, but the fact that it is Saturday, they're able to dominate so hard in 3 of their games that the rest they can kind of be like, we can take our foot off the gas a little bit. So
yeah, you know, and I think with the atmosphere and the level of competition, a lot of these players probably looking to test some new things out as well in these lobbies. When you have a game like that and you start off with 38 eliminations and a victory royale, you know, I think you're okay. You know, I think you can kind of, you know, test the waters a little bit with what's capable, or what you're capable of with the rest of the games here. But as you saw at the top, 27 minutes left in the queue time for Europe. We're going to see